to today's interesting section. So let's start joining as we go live in today's conversation. So welcome everyone, welcome. Let's start joining. We are live. Let's start joining as we go live in today's conversation. So if you're joining us for the first time, you are welcome. You are welcome to today's interesting section. You're welcome to today's interesting section. So let's start joining as we go live into this conversation. So today we're talking about SUIP, we're talking about PSUSUPIP, that is what USWAP part, that is what we'll be talking about in today's conversation. So waiting for others to join us so that we can go live in today's conversation. So if you're just joined for the first time, you are welcome. So we'll be talking about the analysis. We're going to be doing a basic analysis on Gate.io, the platform in which we are currently using. So we'll be analyzing this coin. What is this coin actually really all about? So we'll be talking about it to get more about it. What is the coin really all about? What do we need to know when talking about this coin itself? So these and many more we'll be looking at in the course of today's conversation. So if you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. So let's start joining as we go live in today's conversation. So waiting for others to connect live so that we can go live, waiting for others to connect so that we can go live in today's conversation. So please, along the way, if you have any question whatsoever, you are free to ask in the chat box so that justice can be done. If you need any clarification, if you have any question whatsoever, you are free to ask on the chat box so that we can do justice to it as we move ahead in the course of today's conversation. So I really don't want anyone to miss out on any conversation as we move ahead in today's section. So if you have any question, if you need any clarification whatsoever, the chat box is opened so that we can actually work on it together. So in analyzing this, let's go to Get.io. We are currently on Get.io. Let's get an analysis of this token before we go about to talk about the tokenomics of this token. Welcome everyone, welcome everyone. So now what do we understand by this token? What is this token? Welcome everyone. Oh, I can see you. Thank you for joining us live into this section. Welcome everyone. Thank you for so let's keep joining as we go live in today's as we begin today's conversation. Let's keep joining as we begin today's interesting conversation. So now in talking about this analysis of this token that we're actually looking at in our discussion today. Now, in talking about what do we understand by this SUIP swap and all that, you pad and all that. Now, this is actually an official Launchpad partner with actually a partner with the Mystery Lab and all that, and also in the U in the SU network, and in the flagship protocol is the flagship protocol is the USWAP Launchpad, and also the DIO Launchpad that allows communities to participate in early stage token pre-sale in a string later Taiwan project. Now the USWAP, the UPAD, sorry, unique translation process and also in industrial access, enabling them to offer the best new projects in the SU and blockchain and all that. So this is just now we can see this token currently. We can see where the token is currently is. You can see based on analysis here. Let's draw it back. Let's try to get us something here. Well, we'll also be going to get the coin market cap to actually analyze it deeper to get okay what the token is actually really all about. So but let's do a little bit of technical analysis here. So now you can see based on this analysis that we have here, you can see now the highest in which we can see based on this the all-time high of this token. You can see the all-time high here. This we can see that the all-time high. This is the all-time in which it has grown to. It is around 0.2. Am I right? As this is 0.2, and the lowest we can see here is around 0.6, 0.16. That is the lowest. Now being on this token now, you can see, okay, let's stretch it now because of the way the market, the US, a lot of things has been happening those past few weeks that have caused BTC to actually, BTC was actually going up overnight. It just drastically in the market currently just okay, BTC is around 25 before it was getting to 28, but it just came down to 25 overnight because of a lot of speculation around the market space currently, a lot of tension is currently around the market space. The SEC are actually involved in it, and a lot of things is actually going around. A lot of news is actually going around when looking at the market space and all that. So now, okay, someone is asking this question: Hi, how is your trading going? How is your trading going trade how is your trading going on? Well, it's going fine. Well, we all know that right now BTC is actually down, so we're actually in because most of these coins that we all know about is controlled by the way BTC actually moves. Now it's all predicted, it's all has to do with the way BTC actually, if BTC actually does well, the coin is actually going to go well. BTC actually goes down, the coin is actually going to go down. So most of those coins are actually moved by the way BTC actually moves, actually goes in the market, which is one point we need to know. BTC actually controls the way the market actually moves and the way every stuff that actually happens in the market. BTC is actually the mother of all cryptocurrency, so it actually predicts the way the market is actually going. So well, the market is just advisable right now. Just observe. I'm currently observing the market. If you're asking me what trade am I on, I'm currently just observing the market because of the SEC, what is currently happening with the SEC and all that. So we need to actually be careful when going into any trade at this point in time. So that is it concerning me and my own market strategy and all that. So we just have to play safe in the markets just to know how to benefit from the market. That's why I do tell people that okay, when you stay in the market, when you know what is actually happening in the market, you know that okay, this is the right time to go into the market, this is the right time to stay off the market and all that. So you knowing about what the market is actually talking about what is currently going on in the market space will actually give you an idea if you should actually go to a trade or if you actually trade go to a trade and all that. Like the SEC actually caused a lot of issue. We caused about an exchange which I don't want to mention right now, and also this that was one of the reasons that actually caused BTC to actually go down drastically. And apart from BTC actually going down drastically because of that, it has actually affected other cryptocurrency in the market space when looking at it. And also this was that was actually was not I think it was yesterday. That was yesterday. That was what actually caused the volatility of the market when the SEC actually went to try to say that okay they're trying to blaming them for actually not paying tax, and a lot of things actually were one of the reasons why what is currently happening in the market. That is what is actually happening. So that what we should actually know that okay yes, but that does not mean that no coin are actually good. Some coins actually do not actually struggling to actually not follow what BTC is actually doing, but most coin actually follows what BTC is actually, and that is what is currently happening with this coin that we're actually looking at trading right now. So it's based on the movement of BTC, that is how you will actually see the way the market is actually going to move and all that. Now you can actually see it actually came down drastically from this place. This happened just yesterday. This happened just yesterday. You can see the drastic movement of this coin from this place. Look at where it was before. It was actually going up, but because of what just happened in the market, a lot of people started selling. Now you all know that it's all about demand and supply. If you understand the way demand and supply work, you understand what I'm trying to say. Now it's all about okay, I'm selling, I'm buying, and all that. So now because of what happened in the market space and all that, it came down drastically to this to from it came down to from 0.1788 to 0.17. It came down, then it ranged to this in this position. It has position, it range, it came down again to the all-time low here, that is 0.16. As I think this was all yesterday strike and midnight and all that. Well, it's currently up, and right now this is 1 hour time frame. Let's go to 1 day time frame to see what happened and what is actually happening in the market. Now, this is one day time frame and all that. Okay, I think the highest this coin has actually get got into 0. The highest it has got into right now is 0.3. It's actually got into 0.3, and if not that the way the market actually goes, I believe it will actually gotten far more than this, which are actually gotten more than this in the market space and all. So let's get into, before we come back to actually analyze this token well very well, let's check the tokenomics of this token. What is this token actually really all about? What does this token actually brings to the market space? We're actually looking at it on the real sense. What is actually behind this token that we are actually talking about? So let's get more deeper understanding about what this token is actually really all about. How can we actually get an edge, take advantage of this token that we're actually looking at in this conversation today? So now, in talking about this token and all that, so one point we need to understand. Let's go to the Do we have a question? Do we have a question? Okay. It's going well, bro. It's going. Let me just reply. It's going well. It's going well. It's going well. It's going well. Thanks for that question, meaning you're actually following my discussion today. So now let's go ahead and talk in getting more basic understanding about this project. Let's get the tokenomics of this project. What is the tokenomics of this project that we're actually looking at in today's conversation? Okay, let's get to tokenomics of this project. Now, you can see the price tag currently. You can see what the price is actually saying currently in the market space. You can see how red volatile the market is currently right now. You can see the way the market is actually currently volatile, and a lot of stuff is actually happening in the market currently. Now, but let's check the tokenomics. What is the project? What is the future of this project? What is the project actually really all about? Now, the current price as at today is around 0.7, 0.17. That is actually the current price of this project, of this token, when actually looking at it. The current price is around 0.7, when actually 0.17, 0.17, when actually looking at it. And with a 24 hours trading volume, actually has a 24 hours trading volume of around 143 dollars. Now the SUIP is priced. It actually went down. It only had kind of a 10% down, 10% down, in minus 10% in the last 24 hours. Now, why do we have minus 10%, 0.33% down in the last 25? Because of the way the market, what happened in the market sec, and a lot of speculations actually people actually said, people begin to sell off their token, and that's which caused drastic um downward position in the market space. Now, it actually has a kind of a circulating supply. It actually has a circulating supply of around 20.7 million SUIP token, and the maximum supply of 100 million. Now, in order to actually research in order to actually research the real time historical information about this use pad and UPAD blockchain, including the database related to blockchain transaction address and more. You may use UPAD Block Explorer and all that. It actually has an explorer that you can actually make use of, and there are some of the most popular and useful UPAD blockchain explorer out there, and that you can actually go into. And so, what is this swap part that we're actually talking about? The UPAD is a launch platform that enable innovative projects to rise capital and also launch the U and all that, the world fastest blockchain that cater for the next billion users in the Web3. Now, the USwap, the U and PAD offers decentralized fundraising, token staking, and governance token and governance voting to the used to the SEO ecosystem and all that. So these is what this token is actually about. This is one information that is very, very important that we need to take note of when talking about this token and all that. So what did I actually say this Suipad is actually about? The Suipad is actually a launchpad launching and that enable innovative projects to raise capital. So it actually enables innovative project that actually has use cases to actually raise projects, which actually helps projects actually rise up and also launch as well as a native token that it actually launch, which is known as SUIP and all that. Now, the world fastest project that take care for the next billions of users in the web. It actually take care for a lot of projects out there and Web3 projects out there, and also now the USWAP offers decentralized fundraising, token staking, governance voting, and also the usual ecosystem, which is a promising that is one. This is my definition of the expansion of what this project actually. It actually give us a more detailed explanation about what this project is actually all about, how we can actually key into this project in a long run, what we need to know about this project, and also all these are actually one of the two basic understanding that we need to know when talking about what are these projects really all about, how can we actually get an edge or make use of it or benefit from it in the ecosystem and all that. So let's move ahead in getting more basic understanding about what this project is actually all about. Now, what are the benefits of launching this Suipad that we're talking about? Now, launching on Suipad means on getting global network of loyal backers, extensive experience in and also industrial awareness from the USWAP team and partners, and a fast and scalable um, kind of a fast and scalable blockchain infrastructure powered by the SUIP. Now, also the project that launched the USWAP, the UPAD made I can make you enjoy the academy. They actually have an academic where they actually have a kind of a boot camp and all that training you on how to code, how to actually make use of it and all that, and also an incubator that actually perform promising projects in real deal. And also these are all basic information that we need to know when talking about this project, when talking about what we need to know, how can we actually go about it and all that. Now, how can I participate in this launch? How can I actually participate in the launching and all that? Now, to participate in this, it has actually been launched already, but participate, let's just give an overview of what has been done and what the project is actually really all about. Now, to participate in the launch, you need to stake the token. The native token, they actually have a token which is currently on Gate.io that you can actually use and all that. And also send the token and the native, and also you can send the use token, the native token and the project of the DIO pool and claim your purchase token within seconds of transaction and all that. So what are the upcoming launch in this super direct token? Now, some of the launching of this are kind of a web-based Web3 launchpad that supports multiple blockchain. Now they're actually thinking of creating a kind of an NFT that actually supports multiple blockchain and all that, in which you can actually get they have a kind of official Twitter account. There's Twitter account here. Should we check it out? Let's try and see if we can check it out. They have Twitter account, they have a Discord, they have Medium, in which you can actually check them out to get more information about what they are actually really all about. So all these are actually basic information that we need to know when talking about this project. Now, this one is saying that okay, this one is just a question asking that okay, that is it the kind of is this project, is this token actually a good investment? Now it depends on your personal risk tolerance and also your investment goal. Now, to say that this token is actually a good token to actually invest in, and it actually does depend on your personal trading skill. How well are you good in your trading skill? How well do you know how to take advantage on this trading? And okay, like was it not yes this week? Yeah, early this week I was on a trade. I was on a trade what's the name of the trade again? Pepe. Now I traded Pepe with curiosity. Now Now, what happened in that trade was that instead of I knew what was actually happening in the market, but I feel like okay, let me just stay in the market and know that I was kind of self greedy. I would say I'm kind of a little bit self greedy, and I didn't know what to. I'm psychology and not when talking about trading, you just need a little bit of thinking. And I said the larger percent of it is how to manage your risks, how to stay in the market, and how to stay off market. Now, if you understand, okay, yeah, this is the right time to stay in the market, this is the right time to stay off the market, it actually benefits you in a long run when actually looking at all this project that we're actually talking about. So I actually went and said, oh, this market is actually not going the way in the way I predicted it to go and all that, and it went down drastically. Thank God I quickly went off the market and all that. So I would have been in huge loss if I don't understand how the market now it went from now currently it's around what price is it right now because I had to pinpoint it on my phone. It's around 0.00011 and as of earlier this week it was getting to 0.00 and it has already counted once, it has gotten to 30 for example. And I just have to know, I just have to when go off the market. If not, I would have been. And right now, it has come back to one. Just imagine from getting to four, five, or thereabout, and it came down to three. I mean, it came down to one. And just imagine if I didn't go off the market, I was being huge lost right now and also you have to understand the market. You have to know that okay, this is the right position for you to take in the market. This is how to stay in the market. This is when to actually go off the market. So all these are actually basic points that we need to know when talking about trading, when talking about what you need to know about it. That's why we said here that's why we say that it depends on your personal risk and tolerance and investment goal. Now, it's actually you have to know that this cryptocurrency is highly volatile and also therefore may not be suitable for all investors. It all depends on how you see how you want to trade it, how you actually see the potential you see how you can actually leverage on it to actually take advantage on it. And it has a lot of unique use cases. Now, it has a lot of unique use cases that actually is very promising. But at the same time, you are I have to know that okay, yes, the market is very volatile. Just like right now, the market is very volatile. All the market is currently red. If you check the market cap right now, Gators IOs, just few coins that are currently blue. Most of those markets are currently red. Are currently red when looking at it. Most of these projects are currently red when looking at it. And all that you can see it here. You can see all this coin here. You can see this coin here. You can see all of them. They are currently red. The market is just current. You can see this minus this minus this minus this. So a lot of this is actually now. This is not the fault of of Gale and all that, but it's just the way the market is currently moving. You can see the market is currently red right now. So it's advisable to just know that okay, this is how the market is actually this is what how to actually project myself in the market space to actually take advantage of what the market is actually offering. And so all these are actually important points that we need to all take note of when talking about the market space. And now before investing in, please do your own research about cryptocurrency, crypto wallets or crypto exchanges and smart contracts. And it is very crucial to understand the risks and potential reward for investing in cryptocurrency. So it is very, very important for you to understand that okay, this is the risk involved. This is the potential risk involved in actually investing in this cryptocurrency. This is what I stand to gain in actually investing in this cryptocurrency. And also all these are actually basic points that we need to know when talking about investing in cryptocurrency. How can we actually go about it? How can we actually make advantage of the crypto markets and all that? So all these actually basic information that we need to all take note of when talking about the crypto markets. And so if you decide to involve in and then Suipad investing. You will also need to understand the Suipad project white paper, the team background, technologies, and also the overview of the market environment. That is what the market environment. Wow, all this in the white paper is actually good. The knowing the team background, who are the people behind this project, where did it come from, what actually gave them the idea of this project. Like for example, now BTC, for example, now if you ask them, okay, what gave BTC the idea of the project actually? Now it will tell you that okay, he wants to take away the traditional finance system. Now he wants to create a decentralized system where everyone will have autonomy to their own finance. Everyone will have control over their own finance. There won't be any central authority that is going to be in control of finance. That is just what That was what all came to BTC Bitcoin Satoshi Nakamoto. That was what actually came to his head that actually brought about BTC. Now, so if you can actually understand that, okay, this project I'm actually going into, what is the background? Why did they actually brought about this token? What is the tokenomics about this project that we're talking about? And also the overview of the market environment. What is the market currently saying concerning other projects similar to this project? What have they done over time? What do they plan on doing? What is their next plan over the years and all that? So if you understand all this basic information, you will know how to actually make use of the market when looking at it and all that. Now, if you decide to get involved, that's why I say if you decide to get involved, you have to understand the white paper, you have to understand the background, you have to understand the economics and also the overview of the market space and all that. Now, the main way to involve in this swap investment investing in is to participate in spot trading. Now, the perfect way to actually invest in it, I'm just saying this, the perfect way to actually invest is actually to leverage on spot trading. That means buying at a lower price and selling at a huge price. Now let's look at the current price of the market. Let's look at, okay, what the market is currently saying about this project. Now we can see it here. Now it's currently at 0.1. I still feel it will still go down because of I don't know if it's a lot of things actually currently happening in the market, so I still feel it's actually still going to go down. Now if it gets down to around, let me just say that 0.16, 0.15 or thereabout. Now if you can buy at that position, or maybe it gets to, let me get to my analysis here. I will still go to CoinMarketCap to actually analyze this token well for us to see. Now, this is where it currently is. Currently here 0.0.17. This thing, if it can get to 0.12, 0.11. Now, for example, if it comes down here to 0.1, first, let's just example now it came down here to 0.1. Let me leave 1 minute, one date, and let me come to 30 minutes. Well, I'm more of a from like I'm more of a sports trader. I hardly trade futures. Trade futures is not my thing, so I hardly trade futures. So majorly I buy a project and just look at it. I look at, okay, this is the right time to key into this market. I buy it and I just, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month, I get my profits and I go off the market. That is how that this these are ways that you can actually leverage on the market when looking at the crypto market, and that there are different ways that you know that, okay, this is where I'm good at, this is how I know that, okay, yeah, I can actually leverage on this market and all that. So everybody has different way of actually looking at different projects, how they can actually leverage on it and make good use of it. And so you just need to understand that, okay, you just need to understand the way that you know that, okay, it's okay for you to actually make use of it. You can actually leverage on it and make good use of the market and all that. So all these points are actually basic. It's loading. It's currently loading. So when it's load, we will give it kind of an explanation of what we are talking about. So let's just wait for it to load while we continue with our discussion in today's conversation. So all these are actually basic understanding that you can actually and if you're looking for ways, the way that where can you actually buy this token, you can actually buy it from from a cryptocurrency exchanges and some cryptocurrency wallet. And one of the top example that I will give you is Gate.io. That is where you can actually buy this cryptocurrency, and because it actually has a lot of liquidity in the market space, and so these are places in which you can actually buy this token and all that. And also there also some people actually will actually ask that, okay, what is the prediction of this project in the next 5 years? Well, it's actually impossible to actually predict what it's actually worth in the 5 years. The cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and can affect by varieties of factors, such as the US dollars, the government policy, technology process, the magnet segment, and all that. But you have to know that the circulating supply and the environment of this project idea, therefore, it's possible to it is impossible to accurately predict the price of 5 years from now, to predicting the price from actually 5 years from now, what the market is actually going to do and all that. Now, even though they actually released a news, they said that SEC filed a lawsuit BTC falls down to $26,000. Regulatory concern roses. Investors are waiting the CPI data, admins regulatory cycle and all that. So because of the that was one of the reasons why the market is currently volatile, because of the SEC and all that. That is what I was not looking at it. That is why I was not actually looking at this. I didn't know that this stuff is actually going to happen in the market space. That is why you have to understand the market. Now, you don't actually go into the market just to win. You have to understand, okay, that this is what the market is actually saying. This is how I can actually leverage on the market in making it in the market space. So you don't actually need to go into the market if you don't know what you have to understand the environment, the government. That's why you remember what I talked about now. That this talking, you can't actually predict that, okay, in 5 years from now this is what the token is actually going to be. This is what you have to understand that, okay, this token are actually talking about what is it, what is currently happening in the market space. Now, based on what is actually happening in the market space, that is what is actually going to give you an idea of what you should expect in the market space over time and so all these are actually all actually basic information that we need to know when talking about the crypto market, what we need to know about it, how can we actually leverage on it and all that. So now the factors that actually affect the market. The first one we have the first one we have the dollar policy, we have the governance regulation, we have technologies, we have a lot of things that actually affect the way the market actually moves or predicts the price of the market, or how we can actually leverage on the market movement. And so all these are actually important factors that we must all consider when talking about this token and all that. So all these are actually what we must take note of when talking about this token. How can we actually make an edge get an edge in it? How can we actually make use of it in the long run and other? So all these are actually basic information that we must all take note of when talking about the crypto market itself and all that. I believe you guys are following me and getting what I'm actually dishing out in the course of today's. Please, and please, if you have any question whatsoever, you have to ask on the chat box as we move ahead in the course of today's conversation. If you have any question or if you need any clarification whatsoever, you are free to ask as we move ahead in the course of today's conversation. So let's move ahead and get the coin market. Let's go to coin market cap to get the more analysis about this token that we're actually talking about, because we all need to know about what this token is actually really all about. How can we actually take advantage of the market when looking at these tokens and all that. It's very, very important that we take note of all these points when talking about this project and all that. So let's go to the coin market cap. It's loading. Now also we're looking at the tokenomics of this project. Now in looking at now, let's go to this tokenomics. You can see what is currently supply. You can see the supply. Everyone, you can see the currently market supply. You can see what is in supply in the market space currently concerning about this token. What we need to know about this token, and you can see how many is in supply, how many token is in supply. You can see it, the token itself, the type of token, the ticket, the total supply, the token contract. We can see every point. So all these points are very, very essential and very, very important in knowing about the token. And you can see the total supply, you can see the contract, you can see the initial supply, you can see what was initial, which was how many was actually liquidated, and which the initial market cap, the private sale, the public sale price, and all that. So all these are actually all actually points that we must all pinpoint, that we must all take note of when talking about this project. What are they really about? How can we actually get an edge when talking about all these projects and all that? Now you can see the thing. Now you can see the way they put the tokens actually. Now this token is actually being distributed across board. It's not like some projects not actually distributed across all board and all that. This project is actually distributed across board and others. And now we can see it. You can see this token. I believe everyone can see, and everyone see my screen. Okay, yeah, everyone can see my screen. So now you can see it. You can see this token distribution. You can see the team. You can see the both the seed and private sale around are distributed over many different participants. By distributing our seed, private and public sale By actually distributing their sale, both private and public sale are creating a kind of trying to create the most fair token distribution on launch possible, with no single entity holding large quantity of the supplies. That means that the reason why they're actually distributing this is that because of no single entity, no single individual, not the owner of the project, not the developer, nobody actually has a kind of a larger percent of the project. Everybody actually has percentage in which you can actually, it might actually varies from each other, but nobody actually has a single entity to have control over the whole supply of the project. You can see it here, you can see how many is actually being distributed, you can see the investors, you can see the we have it's actually this into different, they have the team, they have the investor, we have the advisors, we have the pre-sale, they also have institutional investors, we have the strategic sale, we have the DIO, we have the initial liquidity, they have the market and community, how many is going to the marketing and community, they have the launch pad, they have the treasury, and all that, which actually complete how many token they actually has have and all that. So all these are actually all actually what we need to know when talking about this token and all that, all actually basic information when talking about this token. And so let's get more understanding. Okay, now you can see what the market, I'm going to the coin market cap right now. And I do tell people that before you go to any project, you have to check the coin market cap. Now to check, okay, is this token that I'm actually looking at investing? Is it on coin market cap? Now, if it's on coin market cap, what is coin market cap currently saying concerning this project? Now you can see this is because it's a day, and based on what is currently based on the market, you can see the market is currently red. Wow, the market is currently red based on what is currently happening in the market space. I know that the market is currently red is crying currently. The market is currently crying because of a lot of stuff that is actually happening in the market space. The market is currently crying. So over as that, let's check a day time frame. Let's go to a day. The all. Or let's go to all to check. Okay, now you can see that it has come back to red. That we should tell now. You can see what just happened. Now you see in a daytime frame, it was around. It was red all through. But now looking at why was it red? Because of what was happening. Because of what's actually currently happening in the market space, which is the environment. That is, you need to understand what's actually happening in the market. What is actually affecting the coin to be what is it right now. So all these points are very very important that we need to all understand when talking about a project. You need to understand, okay, now this market, what's actually is it the US dollar policy that's actually affecting the movement of the market? Is it the governance? Is it the government regulation? Is it the technological process? Is it the market sentiment? What is the market? Is it rumor? Now some rumor might just come on, but maybe a kind of a popular anonymous or a popular influencer might just come on and talk about a token and say that and talk negative about the token. I know people want to set up and actually cause I do tell people that individual does not actually cause move in the market. It's financial institutions, governance policy, dollar policy, technology, the market sentiment, all this actually cost how the market actually move, cost what the movement of price in the market space and other. So all these are actually basic point that we need to understand. All actually basic points that we need to all understand, we need to all take note of when talking about the coin market, when talking about the market itself, how the market actually moves and all that. All these are actually point that we need to all consider when talking about the market space and all that. So in moving now, you can see now the market is red. I'm sorry, it has done now. The all-time high of this market. Let's check the all-time high and check the how many is currently in circulation. It's very important we know how many is currently in circulation and all that. It's very very important we know that. Now if you check this place now, you can see how many is in circulation right here. You can see the all-time high was around 0.5. 0.5. I think I said it earlier when we started. This is the all-time high right now is 0.5, and the all-time low currently is around 0.01. So it has actually went drastically down, and it was actually this actually happens in a month ago. This what when it just happened I think this place was actually created this year. It came out this year. This project actually came out this year. It actually got its all-time high this year and its all-time low. The all-time low this year and all that. Just I think a month ago and all that. So all this you have to know all these basic points are all what we need to know when talking about this project and all that. Now you can see how many is self-reported circulating and all that. Just actually 20% have actually been in circulation. Just actually giving out 20% in circulation, in which I believe more we're actually going to go into circulation and all that. And you can see it here, the market cap in 24 hours, I mean it has actually gotten in 24 hours and the all-time high and all that. Well, can currently just imagine from here and currently yeah, this project came out this year. I think this month, or be last month. It came out last month. Now it came out last month and it got to 0.5, which was the all-time high. 0.5, which was the all-time 0.5 was the all-time high. It got to 0.5, and right now it's actually down to 0.1, which was what caused it was the market, the way the market moves and all that, which is also it's a good sign because it just went out. It has not actually cancelled the zero, which I don't think is actually going to cancel the zero. It's actually going to move. The market is going to retrace itself back and push up over a particular period of time. So it's actually best of best if you're trying to look at investing in this kind of project, invest in them in a long time. Um, have a long-term vision in investing in this kind of project in which you can actually key into it and invest in it and get advantage and look at the looking at the positive side of the market itself. Now let's check what do we need to check about this project. Let's check about it. We all know what the project is actually about. I will come back to that, but I want to check what how many this thing do we have, do which market cap do we have it on, and for that is very very understand that okay, which market cap is it on, which market can you actually purchase this coin on. Is it just on gate of you can okay, it's actually on KuCoin, it's actually on gate.io. We have a lot, but our advice gate.io, purchasing it on gate.io and all that. And let's check if it's actually trading high. Is it actually trading high on, yeah, you see we are right, it's actually trading high on gate.io. You can see it's actually trading very high on gate.io, which is a very, very important point that we need to all take. So all these are points, all actually interesting points that we need to take into when talking about coins. All these are insights that we need to actually look at when talking about project like this. How can we actually how can we actually take advantage of the market space when looking at it and other. So all these are actually basic points that we need to actually pinpoint. We need to take note of when talking about the project, when talking about what the project is actually talking about. How can we actually make and get an edge in the market space and other. So all these actually points that we need to all consider when talking about project like this and all that. So all this actually what you can see what is currently trading is actually trading high on gate.io. Look at liquidity score. It's actually recently updated. It's actually updated recently and all that. So all these are all points that we need to all these are all points that we need to all understand when talking about project like this. What are they really all about? So all these actually important points that we must all consider when talking about all this. Now, we all know that okay, the prime launch pad of the innovative project startup on the SUIP network and all that. Also, our flagships product is also is a swap is a use swap launch pad and all that. So all these are actually important points that we all know. We all need to actually take note of what the project is actually all about, what the project actually has to do in the market cap. Now, okay, let's check. Do we have any news? Okay, this the video about what is this one just about what is actually really all about and how can you actually buy it if you are looking about buying about the market cap, about what is actually about. We've actually talked about what the project is actually really all about. We actually talked about where you can actually get it on coin market cap and all that. So all these are actually important point that we need to all consider when talking about this project and all that. Now checking the Twitter page, you can say okay, they have 15 115 million K followers. Wow, that is good. And you can see the engagement on Twitter. This is actually a good sign when looking at the engagement on Twitter. They actually have a good engagement when looking at Twitter himself and all that. They have a very good engagement when looking at Twitter. You can see the coins, the projects in which they're looking at, the best DIO in 2023. They're actually ranking part of them, which is also a good sign and other. So all these are actually all actually ideas you must we must actually take note of when talking about projects like this. How can we actually make an edge? How can we benefit from projects like this in a long run? It's very, very important that we take note of all this project, all this benefits of this project before we actually make use of it. And that it's very, very important that we take note of all this interesting points. I can tell you guys that always study the market, always study what the market is actually saying. Now, when you study what the market is actually saying, you actually know, okay, this is the right way to actually stay benefit from the market. This is already the right time to actually stay in the market. This is the right time to actually go up the market. And that is very, very important that we understand what the market is actually saying. We understand that, okay, this is what the market is currently saying. This is how we can actually make an edge. Well, it's actually I think it actually went back up over time. It's actually moving up over time and all that. But at the same time, because of what is happening in the market, you can't actually predict, okay, the next move and all that. I still see a downward movement in this market, but I know that, okay, if you can still key into it and look at get an edge in, it's currently at 0.17. The last time it went was 0.174 and then now it has came back to 0.176, 176, 177 and thereabout. Well, it can push up or actually is going to be it's going to retrace before until the market is back to normality, it's going to be settled before we can see a massive push in the market. So it's actually advisable to, if you are actually looking at buying this project, looking at it in a long-term view, looking at it buying it in a long-term view, okay, in a long-term view, buying, looking at this project and investing your token into it's actually going to be the way forward when looking at projects like this, how to actually key into it, and that is very, very important that we take into. I don't know if you have any question whatsoever so far of what we've talked about. I don't know if you have any question whatsoever. Please, are you guys following me? Do we have any question? Let me check. If you have any question, you're free to ask on the chat box so that I can do justice to it before we come to the end of today's conversation. Please, if you have any question about this project, about what this project is actually really all about, you can actually ask on the chat box so that I can do justice. And if you're here to follow my profile, please, and you're listening to me, please kindly to follow my profile so that whenever I'm live, you'll be seeing it. Whenever I'm live, so that you won't miss out on any section as we keep moving forward in the course of this conversation. So it's very, very important. If you're here to follow my profile and you're listening to me, please kindly do follow my profile so that whenever I'm live, you'll be signified whenever I'm live so that we can keep having a very interesting and elaborate discussion as we keep moving ahead in the course of this. So that is all we'll be talking about this token, about this project, what this project is actually really all about. These are all what we need to know for now about what this project is actually all about. So if you're looking at investing in this project, looking at it in a long-term view, okay, buying this project now and keeping it for a particular period of time, maybe you buy it, maybe it actually comes down to around maybe 0.16 or 0.15 and all that, and you say that, okay, yeah, this is a good time to actually buy this project, and you actually came to actually buy it. Now, I promise you, actually going to see a profit in the long term when investing because it has a very use case. It has its utility. That's a kind of thing that actually is actually planning on solving. It's actually solving a problem. Now, a project is actually solving a problem. It's actually a good form of investment that you can actually go into. Now, if it's not actually solving a problem, that is where we have a question mark. But the fact that it's actually solving a problem, that is a good sign that you can actually invest in it and make huge profit from the market. So all these are actually important points that we need to all consider when talking about the project. What we need to know about the project, how we can actually key into the market space to make huge profit from it. So that is all we're discussing in today's conversation. I believe you guys have gained a lot from what I've actually shared with you guys. I don't know if you guys have any question. Do we have any question? Do we have any question? So the answer of any questions actually come to an end of today's session. Special thanks to everyone that have connected live with us in today's conversation. I believe you guys have gained a lot from what I've actually shared with you. Please follow my profile if you're yet to. Kindly follow my profile so that we can all connect together and have more interesting session as we keep moving forward in the course of our conversation. I'll be live again tomorrow for another interesting conversation where we'll all gain together and share more knowledge about the cryptocurrency space. Be careful always do your own research before going to the market. I will actually be sincere about that. Always do your own research before going to the market. Know that okay, this is the right time to go into the market. This is the right time to stay off the market. Understand your fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis is more is very very important. Know the project they're actually going into. Know okay, this is how I can actually make an edge in the market space, and understand fundamental analysis. Understand technical analysis, how to analyze the candlestick, the all-time high, the all-time low, the okay, the market is red, the market is green, when to stay in the market, when to stay off the market. Just like yesterday, I told you that I almost lost my trade on what's the trade again? Sorry, again on Pepe. I tried bought Pepe and I almost lost in the game because just imagine this week is around 0.1. It had 0, I know it was 0.000, but it cancelled one, just around 3 and 4. I was only in good profit. But I still believe that it will actually get up to around maybe 6 or 7 before I plan on saying around 6 or 7. But it's actually because of what happened in the SEC issue and all that, the market had a drastic downward movement in the market. So if I was not careful enough to take away to take advantage of the market and actually take profit earlier, I would have been in huge loss. So it's always advisable to understand what is actually happening in the market, what is the government regulations about what's happening in the market before you actually invest in any cryptocurrency that we have out there. It's very, very important that we take note of that. So that is all we'll be talking about in today's discussion. Thanks, Peter. Thanks to everyone that's connected live with us. Join me same time tomorrow for another interesting conversation where we all connect and learn together. Stay blessed and enjoy the rest of your day. Stay blessed, guys.